This is the caddy corner effect, where after game 3 and 4, people frustrated of their drops will start coming to yours. Chewy Pog, Unknown Army, and I believe one other name that just escapes my mind is here too, all fighting out, and they've never dropped here before.
That's right, and it is very interesting to see players like Unknown on the other side here, right? This is where players try to put up the big strides. I love that they can do this, though, having that option to put everything on the table here, put their chips, hedge their bets. On the other side, though, oh my gosh, Thomas with the knock on the door.
A knock to the head with that charge fully prepared and taken. That's a quick way to get your, I would say, adaptive plan ended. Here's Noka, I think, taking out who I can only assume to be Scented, but I'll call EMAGG as a beast.
Championship runs typically have about 1 game that you can toss out the window. In a 6-game format, you might be able to get away with 2 bad games and 4 really good ones. We'll see. He basically needs a perfect run from here forwards. Oh my gosh. The jumping, hip fire, the accuracy on the hunting rifle. Absolutely slept on here. Nick hits a ridiculous shot.
The plays start to play a little bit more loose as the competition goes on. I don't think we'll be seeing a lot of that game number 1 stackiness. We will be seeing maybe a few trick shots if we keep tuning in with Nick.
This is a fight that's been going on over and over, game after game. Stretch versus Avery. Now it's happening here at the Rickety Rig. What is happening? It looks like he's almost gunning for one another at this point. Let's see it. Stretch, 30 points in, as the ramp has the advantage up over Avery. Avery defaulting to the box stance, to a defensive stance, goes for the harpoon shot. Not gonna find the mark. That was close though, almost snuck one in there. Here it is, the crash pad on out, the 81 on the flick across, and yes, you can't get away. The hip fire from the SMG is gonna be just accurate enough to take out Avery, and now the Rickety Rig is his.
The playground is his. It's just nice to see that in this fight, Stretch is learning, didn't really take any damage at all, and was just in control most of the time. Although Rig is not in zone, this fight did happen really fast, so we'll be able to just catch up on time, catch up on the materials, I think, is what he really needs. An AR to boot, and Stretch's game is finally on. Now, we did say Misty Meadows before. I guess we just switched a little bit further left towards the south, but I'm curious to see what his game plan will be in the next few games, too. He's in positions, actually, that are getting the most pressured out of these 3 players. Fiver's at low point, so he doesn't care about the storm. He might just want to get 1 elimination first. If anything, some damage on either player. He's going for it. Now Commandment is in between Assault and Fiver, so Assault could choose to disengage completely or take the high ground overall. He's going up top. Does he see the shot? No. And no builds either. An insane trade that I don't usually see. There was no defense there from either player. Fiver's also waiting to the last second to block off shots from Commandment. These guys are playing way too loose, but as a result, Commandment falls all the way down. He's not taken out just yet. Fiver has some time to breathe.
That right there might have been enough to take Assault out of the running now.
Oh,
that is so rough. Commandment as well, who's just gonna lose the exchange here to Fiber and gets taken out of the competition too. You're talking 2 big dogs on the leaderboard. Coming into this game, Commandment was in 6th place. Assault was still clinging onto his placement somewhere towards the top as well, just barely. And that, my friends, is going to show you guys how it's all going to unfold. Fiber, though, steals away a bit of glory here, and now he has to find his way to the zone with his 3 med kits. Somewhat of a signature hold, too, from players like Commandment, known to tank the zone here and play late into the rotates.
But for Commandment, for Assault, I think they were just stuck between a rock and a hard place and couldn't really have the room to move.
That's the thing. It's just their play style, too. I mean, that's why we talk about Commandment fizzling out in these grand finals that you want to see him do well. He's just not going to find his mark. Someone who is going to be hitting the money here, though, it's going to be Scrubs. That's going to be a big point for him. On the other side, it's Booga on the rotate right now. 189 points. Let's not forget, he is in 1st place right now. And just, you can tell he's feeling it. He's going to... Here it is. This is the zone where you want to try to get as deep as possible. Give you a little bit of zone favor moving forwards. Just to analyze Booga's situation right here, guys, 96 builds, not a lot of shotgun ammunition as well, so you can tell that he is just trying to do with what he can find. On his heels, I believe, is Day right behind him, using him as baits, quite literally, and Jack in front of him. But wait a second, this might be a punishment from Booga. Oh no, the shark charges in, and the shots from all the angles. And he is out now. Assault Marauder is going to be the one that concludes the elim there. So the stinkers. What? The Marauder, the Shark, the Lobby? Hello? Welcome to Fortnite.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was just like, that was Booga versus, I would say, Season 3. And let's just say Season 3 went out on that one.
All right, ladies and gents, we are going to throw that in the VODs. What happened there, but dude, take a look at this. Thomas is actually going to find slacks there. That's massive for the impact here. But hold up, Lobby looking to jump in now. A little pre-edit on accident with the wall. He's going to fix that into the moment here. And oh no, looks like he's got the attention of everyone else. Bully's going to step up as well, trying to see what he can do, if he can get a piece of this. Bully steps into the box. Yes, the well-timed execution there. And takes out Thomas, who was creeping his way up the leaderboard. He was at 95 points, almost back into the top 10, top 20 conversation. Coop, smarter than that, though. He recognizes what's happening. Smack trying to look to take the wall here. I mean, it's easily telegraphed at this point. It's a matter of whether or not Coop just wants to sit here and actually take this fight. Holding the wall, though, is getting the advantage. He loses it this time. Edits out. Elevates himself as well. This is the worst place to take a fight. Low ground, mid-game. All the players on the mountain nearby, on the edge of zone where players are going to land in. Smack, desperate though, takes it toe-to-toe with Coop. Coop wins the exchange in the first shot. Let's see who's going to come out on top as things start to get caught up. It is Coop.
No way.
It's your champ. Sit down, Smacked. Not here, not today. Should have known better. You step to the best. That's how that one's going to play out. With adversary. Still doing pretty decent this time. 84th place. The last time he was in these finals, grand final situation, he took a 5th place on NA East from EU. So he's already proven he can do it in this meta. And this is how he does it. Just the key positioning, the key frags in the mid game here.
Yeah, you trade ping basically for position. That never actually goes down. The calls you want to make, the boxes you want to really. So there's 4 people, none of them really EU. On the top side of the zone, I think these guys will be the controllers of the rest of the lobby. They Castery Nick all side by side too. We've seen how influential Castery can be when he gets into a box or near one. Jack is there too. I feel like this time people will start to slow down, especially with a mountain, and really try to play position. If one person, I would say, messes up and goes for a fight that's too long, he's gonna domino effect and hold everyone else back. This is about the lobby playing in unison, the lobby playing perfect.
That's right. This is a solos game, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes you need a little bit of cooperation to get yourself through these zones here. You're seeing the crash pads being recycled out. The wide zone rotates. How many players are looking to go on these outskirts? And now, as everyone's getting moving here, Buckty has to make a decision whether or not he wants to launch pad himself or make the mad dash to the one that's across from him as he hears the players using it. Here's a wide shot. The player still in the game on the backside to make the late rotates. Acorn, Shark, Crumbler, Technique. On the front side is already safe. Crims, Virus, Noka, Aspect, Edgy, P-God, and many others now. And I'm liking the positioning actually of those that are favoring that upper portion of the mountain. Let's not forget, this is still a mountainous terrain. So you don't want to get too deep here. You might just want to play it safe and stack on top of the other enemies instead of going down the mountain here.
If you're a long-time Fortnite player and you've watched competitions, the easiest way to explain this zone is just remember polar peaks. Remember, if you've ever played in any of these scrim lobbies, what happens if you all in and try to get a little bit safe, save your mats for low ground. If that zone ends up bouncing back, if it goes towards the bottom right, pay attention to that mini-map in these next 5 seconds. It could be over for a lot of these players on the left. It will pull towards way over on the left side. So we're leaving the mountain completely, but we're going into a ravine. So these players towards the end of the zone really have to consider where they're ending their movement rotation.
That's right. They will start to stack on top of one another. This is going to shape out to be a Tetris effect. We'll see. As now Scrubs has a decision to make. He's looking to set up that crash pad. He's going to go early this time. Looks like he's already prepared. Yes, he wants to get ahead of this zone. So this means that he's going to be at the bottom of the totem pole here. If he's going first, because he's going to be branching his way up and sliding his way down the mountain most like. unless he does this, sits back and tries to beam players on the storm line. Okay, employing the different strategy, the more aggressive strategy. He wants to play for the frags this time. This is going to expose him a little bit, but let's see if it's worth it. Yes, he's going to find buddies who's going to fall down. The one headshot's going to be enough. And now that's enough for him to say, it's time to cut out. Another launch pad on down. A crash pad here off the side of the mountain. Back with Buckt's perspective, though. He's trying to do the same thing here. Just looking back at the storm line, trying to find as many pings as possible.
Anyone moving as fast as possible right now towards the front side is really looking for safety first. Nice pickup on Inspire. He ends up going down on that rotation. Anyone moving late or segmented is looking for a better position overall, but there's a risk. You could just impact yourself negatively, get into someone else's box by accident, just like Bucky did. Nice escape there, though, overall. He controls the fuel walls. He's going back for Jamper. What dynamic decision-making, reasoning, and movement. Someone else, though, slides right in. He's on shambles. Joji taken out in a blink of an eye. Bucky now, 2 eliminations, is moving way late, but because of that, gets to recycle, gets to play for information, and then stay above and up top. A risk that ends up paying off after a crucial fight.
And P-God takes out Kiko and Nexi, by the way. Edgy's gonna find 2 in the feed as well onto Shark and Cobalt. And this is how things are lighting up right here. This is what happens when the zone pushes far in across where no one's built. Players are gonna be burning through material like crazy right now. So what we're gonna see is the lobby literally start to delete themselves as they're gonna be forced onto one another and into each other's boxes just to stay alive here. But it's Bucky who's still trying to do something big right now. 2 elims already onto key frags. Can he find Day? Yes, Day was in the top 5 as well. And now Day's getting taken out of the competition. Not before a great run, though. Here, Justice trying to do something big for himself. Can he thrust his way into top 10 is going to be the question now. 1 crash pad remaining. Resources getting lower and lower as he's trying to elevate his way on down.
Everyone has to just keep cycling over and over again. Right now, new zone, have to build new maps over for your own safety. OMG needs to up top skills, jumping up and not paying attention. He takes shots on the Justice, but he's not relevant right now. Acorn is all the way sky high. It's a launch pad, though. He can't take shots from in midair. Class going down. Went way too deep inside that storm. Acorn couldn't get those mats if he's fast enough. He's controlling low. He's the isolated solo player that no one can touch right now, making moves in this zone. Bucky is in the middle, looking at everyone and everything simultaneously. Can he find the right shots? That's the question. On the right side of your screen, Kyra, all the way on height, has to fall down, takes a few shots. Justice is rising up through multiple builds, looking for his own way to survive. Low mats right now, but he's in a cone, looking to see what he can do next. Bully is up high, uninterrupted, unaffected. He's shooting shots down to the server as they pull back up the mountain. Acorn has to climb up, crumples on his box. Bully is still looking top down on a perspective that's absolutely free. Mitsu gets taken out by Justice. Acorn taken out by teammate Jack. And Kyra finds a reversal onto Bucky. Chaz gets kills. It's happening right now. Your top 4 are going to be Justice plus a few more. Who will end up winning out this game? Sky high, it's the final moment.
That's it. Justice still getting it in right now. 5 eliminations and Bully somehow still staying alive with no material. All through the top. It doesn't matter. Justice is going to walk through him. The tack attack is going to find his connection. And another one to follow up onto Jack, making that a 7.
Let's see if Booga is still in first place. And no, it is actually going to be Coop in first place. And that lead is stretching ever so more now with 214 points over Booga's 189 points. And Coop to do that without a victory royale is quite impressive. In fact, the rest of the top 9 here don't have a victory royale besides Booga. Lee Kura, one of the players that we actually got to interview at the end of Heat 2, going into the semifinals today, was very confident and pretty relaxed about it. We always talk about mentality, so it's really good to see that confidence did transition over